equalization, we're looking at everything that the meetings, special meetings and everything, and it's taking a little bit of time. I do apologize because I'm one person army.
Of course, it wouldn't take long to look up Mr. Ramsey's, would it? Ramsey's name.
I haven't missed a meeting yet. Well, I'm sorry. I was on the phone for one.
Anyone else in the audience that's not on the agenda would like to speak at this time?
I just got back from the state interoperability meeting this week, and I know you hear me talk a lot about the state digital radio system. What is it? Where Buck Knob, which is Samarico, Hearts, and Porters, all of those sites have been funded, and there is money appropriated for those. And we expect construction to start sometime before the first of the year on the microwave paths going into Hearts and Buck Knob. This just gives you an idea about how detailed and how many towers there are across the state, all being tied together. And then you see the big box right there. That's part of the, has to be specially approved in that area, so there'll probably never be any coverage in that state. But the system is moving along quite well, and I just wanted to give you something so you can graphically get an image of what we're talking about when I do mention the digital system. The next item, real quick, you all know that we've been working on Project Lifesaver. We're doing a press conference tomorrow at 2:30, and I would appreciate it if in case the commissioners and we've got some other people, we had a sign-up list or a list of people that were ready for the system before we got the training and got it deployed. We have one client right now in the county that's using it. We have one more that's coming tomorrow to be signed up in front of the press. But it's basically a bracelet like this that is worn on the ankle or on the wrist. And if that person leaves or runs off from home, basically people with Alzheimer's or children that are autistic or children with Down syndrome all fall into the category. In order to be eligible for the program, you have to have some type of cognitive disorder that would cause you to roam or wander away. Once they call 911, maybe he needs one. But once you call 911, we have it recorded who physically has the bracelet, and each bracelet has its own frequency, and then we can go out in the vehicle, and by turning on the receiver, we can physically track down. We had to locate 3 receivers that had been hidden in the county, and we went to a high spot and triangulated, and we were able to find all 3 receivers in less than 45 minutes. So it's pretty impressive technology.
Hunter's got something that looks like
it's very similar, and it basically.
I will say I've seen one out on the rig before.
In all reality, it is the exact same technology that has been used for this. This is the receiver that you use, and we've got someone that's going to make a large contribution tomorrow to the program to help buy bracelets because he has a personal interest in the program. In addition, we will try to get some information out on Sunday and pass out some brochures to people who had an interest in the program, and we plan to continue to do that as the program grows. But just at the nursing home here in town, we looked at some numbers. Of the 60 patients that they have admitted, 54 had a diagnosis of Alzheimer's. I have no earthly idea how many people Alzheimer's and Downs and all the effect. The only thing we're asking from the families that sign up is to help us pay for the battery every month. It's $5. Some counties charge 10, some charge 12. We chose to do 5 because we felt like $10 might be a little steep for some families. And if somebody absolutely cannot come up with the $5, then we'll find somebody that'll be willing to donate. But that's what the program is, and I hope that maybe you all can come down tomorrow at 2:30.
It's a good program, no doubt.
Is there anything else, anybody else in the audience? Yes, Mr. Sharp?
Yeah, I'd like to say something about Darrell Baker. He's doing an excellent job. It was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was out painting a fire hydrant. My wife had just pulled up to get me because I was just finishing up. And she told me, she said, look down the road for where the truck came from. But I had an idea, because I had painted the fire hydrant in front of the apartment complex 2 days before, and I noticed that they were cutting the trees. Well, anyway, the truck sat there, and I'm standing out there with my vest on, I'm looking straight at him, and he sees me looking at him. So he doesn't get out of the truck. He turns it around, he heads back into the apartment complex. So I got on the phone and called Darrell. He just happened to be here at the courthouse. He was waiting to go into court to testify on an animal deal. So anyway, he said, I'll call him. I said, well, the fellow's there right now, because it was the man, it turned out it's the guy that manages the apartment building. So he called him and he told him that, you know, buddy, you can't be going over there dumping that stuff. And he must have told Darrell that he had dumped some stuff there before. I don't know why this came over him to say that, but he said nobody said anything about it before. He said, well, I'm just telling you, you need to go over and clean that up too. So I went by there, we went by there the other day, and it's clean. That's what I was telling Darrell tonight. It's clean. You don't even have to go out there and check it. It's clean.
He cleaned up more than what he put there.
Yeah.
Hold his bare spot there, now it really looks great.
But what bothers me, plug up the creek. So, but Darrell does an excellent job. You said 345 reports. I've probably given him 340 of them. I keep him busy. So,
Well, you know, Darrell does a good job, so do you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you know, he does have a really tough job, as Charles mentioned a while ago, I think, interacting with everybody and getting along with them. I mean, because it's a thankless job, what he's got, and he just so happens to have a personality that he can interact with people and not have it escalate to something it shouldn't be.
Because he hasn't had to run for his life at times. Some of these places have got
And how do you know that he hasn't?
But he-
I know,
he,
got it from his mommy.
Well, I was going to say, that comment I was going to make is that the way he is because of him right there. I mean, you know, they've always been that way.